Hello, want to buy some Sodims? I've got some old laptop. Well, I've got some old laptop RAM if you want some. Hello. Merry Christmas. It's all Christmas is all over. Can't say that anymore. It's all over. Gone. I still haven't read any articles on what the actual problem is with the RAM. It's what's the company that's pulled out of RAM for consumers? Is it Kingston or is it Corsair or is it somebody else? I've got some 4MB SIM somewhere in my 486 if that helps anyone. Keep hold of them because isn't that what big box Amigas take? Probably is. Pixel Pop says Happy Christmas. It's not Christmas anymore. It's over. It's done. Whoever owns it was Crucial. Oh yes, Crucial aren't the world's biggest manufacturer, are they? Isn't it Kingston? Is Kingston the world's biggest manufacturer of RAM? I think. I don't know. Micron, that's who owns Crucial. Yeah, it's bonkers, isn't it? It's absolutely mental bonkers. That our computing is being ruined by AI. Christmas starts today. Christmas is now. I'm gonna have some more alcohol-free beer and try not to spill it on my Amiga. Or my Star Wars mouse mat that I've had since the 90s. And apparently I've had this Jack Daniels bottle opener since 2009 for some reason. I didn't know that. 7 votes. Who's winning? It doesn't tell you on the screen, does it? But it's a tie between Indiana Jones and Oh No More Lemmings. It's a total tie. We'll have to wait for a few more votes. It's a bit rubbish it doesn't show up on the screen, but there we go. I'll end it in a minute and then we'll decide. We could do a bit of both. I was going to say, if it's going to be something else, I might play a few levels of Cannon Fodder. I've not played it for ages. I know it works on the 1200, so... we'll all have to go back to our Amigas once AI has all the GPUs and RAM to itself. We might have to. We might have to do that. It's crazy, isn't it? What are Crucial doing? Why? Please. We were enjoying it. We were enjoying cheap RAM. I suppose it'll end soon as somebody steps in and fills that gap in the market, but it'll take a while. It's going to take a while, but somebody will be, some company's going to step in and go, brilliant, we can make the RAM. But I don't know who it's going to be. Just pouring the beer. Fake beer. And the cheap lemonade. Got to get the cheap lemonade in. See, it's cheap. It's like, I don't know what it is for a can. 65 pence? That's probably cheap. It's like a quid for a can of Coke, isn't it? Let's just see. I have some laptop memory somewhere. Just gotta find it. Yeah, I have. I had a laptop that got it just fell apart. It's a little older than a laptop. It fell apart, but I did salvage the RAM. 8 gigabytes of RAM. Salvage those because they're the little sticks. I think it's DDR4. A bit of half and half. Ooh, half. Everyone's half and half. Sherlock says Cannon Fodder is great, but he did vote for Lemmings. You say it will get worse in 2026. It probably will, but it'll probably get better in 2027. Just don't buy any RAM for a year. Because, like, someone's going to have to step in and fill that gap in the market. Because where there's a gap in the market, there's money to be made, isn't there? But you can't just start a chip fab overnight. So that's the problem. Yeah, you can't just magic up memory chips overnight. If we do both, though, maybe Lemmings first, as my brain will be knackered by industry. I've got my Lemmings is up there, and it's got the... I think I've written down the code on a post-it note on the box, but if it's not the right code, we'll just end up playing some random level. Also, NVIDIA making 40% less GPUs. Is that just because they were making too many? Because I think the problem now is that of these well, I'm just guessing. I haven't read any articles, but have they saturated the AI GPU market because there's now more GPUs than there are data centers that we've got, because we can't make any more data centers because they need too much power, and basically they've just got GPUs sitting around that nobody can use. I downloaded some Castlevania tunes. Assuming this is actually a Castlevania tune. It just says Castlevania. I don't recognise it. But it's good. Crucial is just the retail part of Micron. Micron will still sell to the PC manufacturers. Okay. Laptop RAM wasn't super good. Well, it wasn't an Apple laptop. It was a Lenovo laptop. Yeah. In fact, this Lenovo laptop I've got here also hasn't got it's got 2 slots for it. Do you know what? I was going to upgrade my laptop because it's got 16 gig and it can go to 32, but never got around to it. But I don't think I'll bother now. I'll just make my own computer hardware from woodland materials and spittle. Spittle? Yep, do it. Do it. Whittle yourself a DDR5 chip. I think it was Crucial Memory that I used to rely on back when you could upgrade Macs. Shame they're going down. Well, they're not really going down. They're just pulling out of consumer market. They might. You never know. They might go back on that, because I'm not sure if the AI boom can just keep going like this, because I don't think there's enough power plants in the world to keep powering this stuff. So eventually it's going to saturate and they'll have to just stop building them. Had the Commodore Amiga and Visual Compendium for Xmas. Great book. Oh, right. Commodore Amiga Visual Compendium. Good lord. Amiga Christmas presents. Was it Microsoft that bought a nuclear power plant to power the AI center? Yes. That's what it's like now. Now it's not a fight for who's got the best computers. It's a fight for who's got the most power. And the best way to do that... To be honest, I think that's a really good idea anyway. Just build your own nuclear power plant and then just build your data center right next door to it. That is a really good idea. They bought 3 Mile Island, haven't they? Well, they bought part of it or something. Yeah, and they're going to restart 3 Mile Island, and they're going to use it to power data centers. It's pretty clean energy as well. So much for saving energy and saving water. It's all going to AI. Yeah, it is. And we thought Bitcoin was bad for this. Bitcoin is just literally burning away power for no good reason. And AI decided, no, hold my beer. I've got this. Don't worry. I can burn away more power on pictures of cats than you've ever seen. Hold my beer, said AI. Puts a new creation on Lemmings. We had a tiebreaker vote. Now Indy's winning. OMG. Is it? It is winning. Well, we could continue with Indy because we'd be continuing on from last time. So maybe we'll remember what was going on. Doomed. What the hell is this? It's more Castlevania stuff. It occurred to me that without consumers to buy the hardware, the AI is irrelevant, unless the idea is have us rent hardware, which I'm pretty sure is definitely being chased after. I don't know. But yeah, we're all going to be sitting here like with our rubbish little computers accessing supercomputers that are being powered by nuclear power stations. RAM always goes through these price cycles. They will overproduce again and will be good in a year from now. That's what I think. It's happened before when we had those earthquakes and stuff like that, and affected production in RAM, and RAM went through the roof, and then it's all back later on. I have to just turn this down a touch. The problem with having an amp from the 90s is it doesn't have remote control. You have to walk over, turn the knob. It's like old-fashioned. You just have to walk over and turn the knob. No remote controls for me. It's like pre-AI. Can I vote twice? I don't know, you could try. If you can do it, I'll accept it. Play Trivial Pursuit on the C64. I was actually considering doing a C64 stream, but they're all packed away, and I decided, nah, but I might do one next stream, because, I don't know, I just might do it for a bit of fun. I've got Trivial Pursuit on the Amiga, though. If it works, I don't think that works on the 1200 either, does it? It probably does. Had a few of these apocalyptic hardware issues in the last few years alone. It'll be reet. Yeah, the RAM ones definitely happened before. I remember it happened, I think it was the 90s actually. Yeah, RAM was just suddenly the most expensive thing on the planet. It happened with floppy disks as well, didn't it? Floppy disks became a commodity at one point. Devs will have to get better at not wasting RAM. We don't waste RAM, we just use every last bit of it that we can. That's what we do. Although sometimes we do waste RAM. I think it's a bit of an odd one, the wasting RAM, because often if you want to make something go faster, you have to trade off something else, and usually that means trading off memory for speed. So normally you fill the RAM with cache or things to help you program go faster, so you're not really wasting it, you're just filling it with cache. But sometimes you look at your program and go, why have I loaded this thing into memory twice for no good reason? And then you fix it. Just to say, thanks for streaming tonight, didn't expect it. Yeah, I did say last time I was going to stream on the 27th. It's this weird time between Christmas and New Year where this is just a normal Saturday. There's nothing special, nothing to see here. So I thought, well, why not stream? I even went to Tesco, and Tesco looked nothing special. If you want to get budget Christmas lights, now's your chance. I might wait another 2 days and see if they go down to like £3. That would actually be nice. We've gotten lazy. I think some developers have acknowledged that they'll have to actually do some optimizing again, believe it or not. Some of them don't even seem to understand what optimizing is. I think they do. I think they do, because it depends what your game is though, because if you were writing something like Bubble Bobble for a modern computer, you can fit it into memory like 60 million times. So if you wrote Bubble Bobble and it accidentally used 50 megabytes of RAM instead of 1 megabyte, no one would even notice or care probably. So that's the odd one. Don't use Windows. Pixel Pop's on an anti-Windows thing. Bet you're using Windows now though, aren't you? Windows does like to use all that extra memory as cache though, which to help you speed up your computer. So we could suffer with slower computers. That's the other thing, yeah. Windows itself is trading off memory for speed by just using any excess RAM as cache. So if you can have less RAM and your computer just seems a bit slower, and that's because it's caching less things. But if you ever need more RAM and that caches for you, it just deletes it. That's why you don't need RAM disks anymore, because it just sticks it into a RAM disk anyway. You've got a free RAM disk. Yeah, you can actually see it on the task manager. Like my computer right now I am using 8 gigabytes out of my 16, and it's actually not using any cache. I did reboot just before I started the stream. Cached 6.7 gigabytes. Is that right? Oh yeah. It's actually using all the excess RAM as cache. It's got 6.7 gigabytes of just crud in memory that it's keeping in case I need it. There you go. That's what Windows is doing for you under the hood. I had one chat once with someone claiming to be a game dev who swore that not rendering textures the player couldn't see was not optimizing but cheating. How you can't you it's a bit weird, isn't it? Because although you can render textures that the player can't see, if you're talking about off screen, the GPU itself can't do it. It's just going to go, nope, not doing that pixel, nope, not doing that pixel. So I'm not sure if that's a thing, but yeah, people work very hard on that kind of stuff, on culling. Pixel Pop MS Windows. We need to clarify MS Windows. If Chrome browser could stop using like 20 gigabyte of RAM, that would be nice. Yeah, Chrome browser is does eat memory, doesn't it? It eats memory. Make Bubble Bobble in UE5 and the install will be 9 gig. It probably wouldn't be 9 gig. 90 gig. I don't know. Is there a version of Bubble Bobble on the Microsoft Store? Maybe you'd be able to have a look. But it'd be hard to get anything in Unreal under probably like 100 megabytes, because I think if you just build Unreal, I can't remember how big the exe is. The exe itself's pretty big, even if you just build it and don't do anything with it. You know, you just want it to render a black screen. It might not be 90 meg, it might be something like that. Depends on how optimized it is. Optimized as in the compile optimized. Okay, who made a ton of new accounts? So many new votes for Lemmings. Oh, Lemmings is winning by a mile, by a country mile. Oh well, might have to be Lemmings then. Yes, MS Windows, specifically version 11. I looked on the Steam stats yesterday, and 30% of people are still, 30% of players on Steam are still using Windows 10. So, don't know how long that's going to last, because it's out of support now. So, we'll have to see if that's going to trickle away very slowly. But 60%, or was it 65? I think 65 were using Windows 11. And there was a few diehards who were still running Windows 7. 0.08% or something, it said. There are plenty of games where the textures are there loaded, whether you can see them or not. Well, loaded is a different matter, because you might need them. Check, running Linux Mint here. Really? You crazy man. On Steam stats, it was... Weirdly, I didn't know this. Linux now, in the Steam stats by OS, Linux now beats Mac OS by about 1%. It's like 3% of people are on Linux and only about 2 and a bit % are on Mac OS. So yeah, Mac is really not a gaming platform, is it? Mac people don't game, right? Can't see the vote. How's it going? It's 53% to Oh No More Lemmings, 33% to Indiana Jones, and 13% to something else. Yeah, it doesn't show it on the screen because it's. I'll tell you what, we'll end it there. We'll play a bit of Oh No More Lemmings and maybe we'll do Indiana Jones as well. What the hell? Live a little. We'll play 53% of time with Oh No More Lemmings and 33% with Indiana Jones. I'm gonna end it, then we can get the chat back. What's he called, that guy on YouTube who's always going on about poor game optimization? Looks like AI made him. I don't know. Woolly ones, they are multiplying. I don't know who you're on about. He's always on about it. Can't install Windows 11, even if I want to. Not compatible TPM on my... Is that motherboard? Yeah, my desktop that's over there in the corner of the room. I'm pointing to a corner of the room you can't see. Over there, where you can't see, my desktop, that was probably about 8 years old or something. Yeah, I had a Ryzen 7. I had to replace the processor for the same processor, basically, just because it was slightly newer. But that was the only thing stopping me. Otherwise, it would have been a trashed computer, which was a bit rubbish. Oh No More Lemmings is winning. Wasn't me voting more than once. Anyway, how are you, Dave? Have a nice Christmas. I did actually. Went out for a meal, and the day after, on Boxing Day, went to the park and played tennis. I am rubbish at tennis, and it's a lot harder than it looks. and I was playing with a 8-year-old. But we were both about as good as each other. Rubbish. I am going more over to Linux Mint. Had enough of MS surveillance. What are they surveying? Are they watching you? Bill Gates is watching you on the toilet. He's not. He doesn't care. He's doing other things now. Someone track the time, 54%. No. Not a second more yet. Woolly Lemmings. Oh, yeah. The woolly ones are not multiplying. I gathered them all in one place to do that little short video. And I just left them here because they seem quite happy. So they've stayed for a while. The guy I was thinking of is called Threat Interactive. What, and he does game optimization and things. Well, game optimizing is a bit of an art, but to be honest, when you're making anything like real time where you've got to get everything done in like 16 milliseconds, there is a lot of optimization that goes on even in games that aren't optimized. Or specifically not if you're deciding to, use all that memory. Like that version of Menace that I'm doing, which I'm planning on getting back to at some point. My plan for the loading is to just load everything into memory up at the start and just use it all. Because, if I'm going to make it A1200 compatible, I've got basically 3 times the amount of chip RAM, and I could even specify you need flash RAM. I'm just going to load everything in. Just get all the loading done up front. Rather than having to write a loader and stop and load this and load that and overwrite this, I might as well just go, screw it, I'm going to load the whole lot. So that's optimizing for me, and then the game doesn't have to do any loading while it's going. If Bill Gates was watching me, he'd be traumatized. He talks about it. I think he is a developer. Threat Interactive is a weirdo in a shirt. Well, I've spent the last few months optimizing, but I suppose the people like me who are actually doing optimizing aren't making videos about it. We're just doing it. Microsoft Recall, oh yes. They take a screenshot of what you're doing and Copilot makes a transcript and uploads it to their servers. Yes. That is not great, is it? Microsoft Recall. That's a bad idea. Is that running on this laptop? Are they watching me stream? I don't know. I've never come across Threat Interactive before. Should I investigate? Should I just like say hide this channel now? You can do that, can't you? What you do is you hide the channel, and then if everybody hides it, the person becomes annoyed because no one watches their channel, and they just make a new one, and you go, what the? I blocked this person, and you realise they've made a new channel. This is not a Castlevania tune. It's interesting debate matter, if nothing else. It's creating a discussion. The other thing is, it's difficult to tell. It's difficult to tell sometimes just from looking at a game what's been optimized and what hasn't, or what could be optimized. Because sometimes you just can't tell. You can't tell by looking. You can't tell from looking at a game what it's drawing that isn't being seen. You can't see its overdraw unless you can find an option that turns on. That's quite difficult. You probably can't see on like an Xbox title how much multi-threading it's doing, how much of the processor it's using. You can't tell what the RAM's been used for. So all you can tell is it's slow, so it hasn't been optimized. But a game could be fast and not be optimized. So there you go. Think about that. He's very forthright though. People don't take well to him as a result. Well, it might be because, although I haven't seen his videos, it might be if he is talking crap, then that's a problem. But then you just block him. Because he might be talking a lot of sense, but I don't know. Maybe. YouTuber first, developer a distant second with most of these people. Yeah, because that's the problem, because like if you're an actual developer, having the time to do lots of YouTubing is not generally on the cards. I'm surprised Matt Godbolt had time to do those. He's done those 25 videos on compiler optimizations, which have been really good. I watched every one of those, and even he's just posted a video and saying, right, this was really hard work because I'm actually starting a new job and I had to do all these 25 videos and it takes ages and I can't do any more. But you know, he did what he did. And that, do you know what? There are a good bunch of videos, the ones that Matt Godbolt's done, because they're all about how the compiler optimizes code. And the funny thing is, a lot of the stuff that he showed that the compiler does nowadays, when you write a bit of C or C++ and it converts it into machine code, a lot of it, you might, like, it's the kind of stuff that's definitely more intelligent and more useful than anything I'm seeing AI doing. But it's not AI and it's not classed as AI, but it's very much like AI because it's taking an input and it's converting it into something completely different. You know, and even inferring what it was you were doing and then writing different things to cope with it. But it's not AI, but it's the code that AI's written in. But that's got more AI in it and is more useful than a lot of stuff I'm seeing. It's just tons of code. I agree that UE5 has a load of crap that needs switching off, otherwise stuff looks a mess. Usually the default anti-aliasing method. Yeah, well I suppose the problem with Unreal is it's just like anything else. I think the default setup is out of the box is designed, and I've always said this to people, it's designed so you can have a very good first 30 minutes. You can download Unreal Engine and in 30 minutes the game's running, it's got motion blur, it's got anti-aliasing, it's got characters and vehicles, it's got rendering, sound effects are working within 30 minutes. It's like friction free, which is great. But that doesn't mean that's going to be those first 30 minutes that the stuff they give you isn't necessarily going to get you to a production game, unfortunately. It can get you pretty far. And, you know, if you want to make a prototype, that's even better because you just, like, straight out the box, it's go. But, yeah, you might find a lot of that stuff has to be changed. And especially as time goes on, when you found out that stuff you thought was great wasn't. But, yeah, I don't think that's Unreal's fault. I think they're just doing... Yeah, I think they're doing what I would do, which is, like, yeah, make it so that you can see the features and use them within 30 minutes, but also give people the opportunity to modify that stuff. Yeah, stuff can be turned off. You can write your own renderer. You can rewrite the renderer. If you look at a lot of the talks, like you look at the one for like Valorant, they rewrote the renderer because they wanted to run at 120 FPS or something like that. So they took the mobile renderer and rewrote it for desktop. So they put in a load of work to make that game look rubbish so they could run it at 120 FPS. And that Unreal didn't do that out of the box. It maybe did bits of it here and there. But yeah, they had to do a lot of work. So, good on them. But yeah, that was an Unreal game. So, I'm playing Evil West right now. That's an Unreal game. And it doesn't look very good, but I'm playing it in the performance mode. So, the performance mode is just obviously compromising a lot of graphics to get the 60 FPS. So, but I prefer that. And I don't mind the way it looks. It still looks pretty good. His argument really comes down to the idea that most every game being made today should be doable on an 8th gen console or equivalent PC. He advocates for creating bespoke game engines. Yeah, I mean, and that's probably true, but the problem comes down to having the people who are capable of doing it and the time to do it. And I think that's the problem that Unreal is solving for you, isn't it? Is that you may be able to sit down. You might have like 2 programmers and an artist and a sound engineer, and between you can make a game. But then if you go, okay, we're going to start from scratch and we've got no editor and nothing, and the programmers go, well, I don't know how to write this and I don't know how to write that, we'll have to sit down and learn, and it'll just take longer. So yeah, you might come up with something better at the end, but it also might never happen. You might run out of money, then it doesn't happen. So it's a practicality thing more than anything. But yeah, you could just sit down and write the game engine you need, but you see the problems. Not these ready-made ones. Yeah. Ideally, yeah, every game just makes its own engine, ideally. For the thing you need, but to be honest, Unreal was designed to make like third-person, first-person style game, and it's pretty good at doing that. So if your game is also that, then maybe you should use it. The other thing is there's a lot of crud that goes on under the hood to even just getting a project building. If you're going to build a project and you're going to have to make it cross-compile for like several different platforms and all this kind of stuff, there's a ton of work that goes into that, and you haven't even started making the game yet. You just try and get it to compile on three different platforms. So Unreal's handling all that out of the box. Out of the box, you can sit down, you can compile for PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, Android, whatever you want, PC, Mac, Linux, and it's all ready to go out of the box. And it knows how to package the game and all this kind of stuff. You could be there, well, you'd need another engineer just to handle that, because building stuff in C++ is a nightmare because it's different on every platform. So you'd have a problem with that alone. So you'd have to download some third-party build system, and then you're starting to go, okay, I'm not going to build the tools. I'm not going to like use Unreal because it's got. I'm going to do it myself, and then you start downloading off-the-shelf stuff to try and get it to build. So you're already like shooting yourself in the foot. Unreal's got a build system built in that they made, but then you'll just be downloading a different one, or you write your own. But then at this point, you know, if people come to you and say, "How are you doing with the game?" You go, "Well, I'm just trying to get it to build, and it's been like 3 weeks." So no one's gonna stand for that. You're like, might as well just use Unreal. So I get where the guy's coming from, but it's probably not practical. In most situations, in some situations it might be. Creating bespoke engines is nice and all, but requires a humongous amount of resources. Can't blame people for using UE, Unity, Godot. Yeah, it's not even necessarily humongous amounts of resources. Like I said, it might be that you can't find the people who can do it. That's the problem that I think people don't get, is that if you just say, oh, I need someone who knows how to create a memory manager, and they'll go to a game developer and they go, I've never created a memory manager before, I don't know how to do it. And you go, okay, well, can you make one? They go, probably, but then they have to start doing research. So you might find that there's people who just can't do it, or can do it but badly. The thing about AI is that it should be about value creation, but what happens is that people are using it to create garbage with it that needs to be restored in the future. I used Photoshop's AI to create the background for the thumbnail for this video, actually. The snowscape is an AI snowscape, and I did the rest on top. I did the Amiga and created the shadow and all that kind of stuff. Agreed. I don't agree with everything he says. I think it's just a point about developers not optimizing very well is a good one. Yeah, and optimizing is also about time. If a game has a time limit when it has to come out, at some point, you've got to stop optimizing. You go, the deadline is in 6 months, and you go, okay, in 6 months' time, there will be no more optimizing because the game is coming out. So that's the other thing, that you optimize and optimize until eventually you can't optimize anymore. You can always optimize every game more than it already is. Look at Borderlands 4. They were telling people they weren't setting the graphics settings right until Digital Foundry got involved and said, no, it just runs like fish. It's probably true. But yeah, I mean, lying about it's another matter, though, isn't it? People are saying, yeah, we did optimize it. And you're like, no, you didn't. They should probably just be more honest and just say, look, we tried to optimize, but we ran out of time. Does id use their own game engine, or is id Tech now replaced with something else? It uses their own game engine, I think. Oh yeah, that's exactly what the Great Hadouken says. I played Tomb Raider 1 over Christmas. The remastered graphics screwed me over multiple times. Toggling the graphics on, you can actually see the key you need to figure out. Well, That's not optimizing, that's just bugs. id used their own game engine. It's very well optimized, but probably only good for making FPS games or Indiana Jones games. Yeah, that's true. That's the problem with, like, you've made your own engine. It's good for that. Well, that's the bespoke part, isn't it? You made it to do that specific thing, and it does it really well. And there's no extra stuff in there that you don't need. Probably there might still be. But like I said, even people who are making their own engines, they're using loads of middleware. So how much of it is their own anyway? You know, like Destiny's its own game engine, but then it's using Havoc Physics and Havoc Animation, and oh no, it's using Granny Animation and Havoc Physics, and so you've already not written your physics engine and you've not written your animation system, and then they probably use the Granny importer, so they didn't use that. They're using SpeedTree to make the trees, probably using a third-party thing to do the nav mesh. At this point, you're like, well, what is a bespoke game engine, and how much of it is? Using WWise for the sound, even it's using WWise for the sound. So you didn't write the sound stuff, you didn't write the physics, you didn't write the animation system, and you didn't write the asset importer, and you didn't, yeah, what else is there? There's so much stuff on the list, but find me a game engine where 100% of the game engine's actually been written by the person writing the game. And you probably have to go back to the Amiga days, or a little bit post-Amiga days as well, maybe PlayStation days. But then after that, even everyone's own game engine's got middleware in it. And all the same, but some of them is really good. Why are you going to sit there and make hundreds of trees, or are you just going to use SpeedTree? You're just going to use SpeedTree. Watch someone play through Tier 1 and 2 and have those issues, but I like that the remake kept the option to play in the classic style. There you go. To be fair, you didn't say you're a bad person if you don't build your own engine, but then they'll throw in all the effects U5 can give them and the frame rate falls off a cliff. Well, yeah, well, that's just being a bad developer then, isn't it? That's the problem. That's just being a bad developer. It's the, what is it? The workman makes the tools. It's like throwing a load of saws and power drills and stuff like that. Someone say, here, I'll make a table, and they make you this monstrosity. It's like, don't think it was the power tools' fault. Some games even have ray tracing built in. You can't turn it off. Why would you want to turn it off? I'm looping the things. I'm going to put the Flimbo's Quest loading music on because it's really good. I'm looping the music. Yeah, you don't turn ray tracing off. It's brilliant. I just put a disclaimer on my new Amiga game to say no AI was used in its creation. There you go. The ray tracing I like is Amiga ray tracing. Set it off overnight and see what it made 2 days later. Yeah, that wasn't even Amiga. That was still going on in like the Pentium days. You'd render stuff and it'd be happening overnight, and you'd get a 320 by 200 thing, or 640 by 480. Lemmings RTX. Probably wouldn't make it much better though, would it? Just downloaded Terminator 2 2D for Xbox. Yeah, I don't know. I might get that depending on how much it is. Have you played 3D Lemmings? No. Isn't it rubbish? Terminator 2D looks good. We'll pick that up on the sale. Yeah, I might go for the sale. I think I undersold the Terminator 2 game last time we congregated here. I didn't play enough of it to see just how good it actually is. Oh my god, that's quite a good review though, when you say, you know, I thought this was good, but now I realise it's better. I said it was not bad. It's much better than that. I had a 3D ray tracing in Amiga Basic. I have got that book. Oh, where is it? Yeah, I've got that book. I never actually used it. I just picked it up at some point. Yeah, I've got that book. But Amiga Basic isn't in the Amiga anymore. But to be fair, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? Because you think ray tracing in Basic or ray tracing in the Amiga and stuff. But Amiga Basic is Microsoft. Yeah, well, a lot of it was Microsoft. But ray tracing is one of the simpler rendering methods. It's probably the simplest rendering method. So It's just also the slowest, which is why it's only just really come to. I'm surprised it's even used in games at all, to be honest. Although the only one I've played that actually got it is Indiana Jones, and it's not a game changer, so maybe everyone's happy with the way stuff looks now. Is that Mario in the back next to Wednesday? It is, yeah. It's Mario and Luigi creeping along behind Wednesday. They've been uncovered now and there's loads of little Lego figures and stuff, and there's a Death Star that a friend got me from Japan. I'll show you that actually. It's a Death Star with legs. I don't know if you can get these. This came from Japan, so I don't know if you can get these in this country. It's a Death Star. Don't know if you can't get this. This thing won't focus because it's a webcam, but it's a Death Star with little legs and a face on it. What do you think about that? I tried so hard to read and understand that big Amiga handbook when I was a kid. I just went over my head. I was too young, and now I'm too old and lazy to learn. Wednesday's holding him hostage, yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty cool Death Star. I didn't keep the box for it. I should get the box. Yeah, came from Japan, made in China. Yeah, that's the problem with all that stuff, isn't it? It's like some stuff you remember, you're like, I couldn't have understood this when I was a kid. It's too complicated. And then you rolled and you're like, I haven't got any time to do this now. Now I could understand it. There's something about a leg Death Star sounds weird to me. Cute, but unsettling. Yep. Well, if you want to see a Death Star with legs, Japan was the place to go for that. Japan was what you needed. What else have we got on here? Let's have Ghouls and Ghosts, and then let me get the Lemmings box. There we go. It's even got a post-it note with I think the code from last time. And when I last played it like 6 months ago. I do like this. This Ghouls and Ghosts is the best thing to come out of Amiga Ghouls and Ghosts because the game's rubbish. But the title music is awesome. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. I haven't seen some Star Wars for ages. What was the last Star Wars thing I saw? I can't remember. A welcoming Death Star. Alright, I wonder if I'm not going to not remember how to play Lemmings at all. It's been a long time. We might have to sit here going, has anyone got any ideas? It's going to be one of them. Some of these levels are getting pretty hard, but sometimes they're not hard. Ghouls and Ghosts would be a good game to port to Amiga properly. It would actually, yeah. Because we've had Outrun, because the Outrun port was rubbish. But if you want to play Ghouls and Ghosts, you really have to play the Mega Drive version, or play it on MAME, because the Amiga version is just pap. It's absolute pap. One does not simply forget how to play Lemmings. Yeah, Amiga version, it's weird because it does this stupid thing where you scroll forward and then it locks the scroll and you can't scroll back. And that's because the game isn't optimized. Or maybe it's because it is, because they're clearly like painting the screen forward and then they can't scroll back. Probably, that's my guess. So that's a game that's been too optimized. But yeah, it just doesn't play well at all. Whereas the Mega Drive version is amazing. Although the Mega Drive is a bit more powerful than the Amiga, so that might be expected. And of course there's the SNES version. The SNES version's good, but it's not really the arcade version. So SNES has got a good version. Mega Drive's got a good version. I like the Commodore 64 version, even though it's It's got some dodgy collision detection, but apart from that, I actually quite like it. In fact, I did videos about that. Maybe that guy who's doing the Sonic port Amiga would take Ghouls and Ghosts next. If he's got the time, yeah, we should try and convince him. Like, forget Sonic. We've got Sonic on the Mega Drive. That's the only place we need to play it. But what we want is Ghouls and Ghosts that's not awful. And with this music, though. That would be great. Thanks. Thanks, Reassembler. I do subscribe to him on YouTube. I haven't watched his Sonic video yet, though, actually. Is he really doing it? Is he going to do Sonic? Have you seen Sonic made in Scorpion Engine? No. Did someone make a decent port of... Is that Ghouls and Ghosts a while back? I don't know. I don't think so. We've got Bubble Bobble now. Although the Bubble Bobble Amiga wasn't that bad. But we've just got a better version. I wonder if my disc still works. I fitted LED lights underneath my shelf down here, and I just bought an LED strip, and it's like glued on, but then I cut it and I like soldered wires on to get it like 2 strips of it. Even though it said on the thing, do not cut the LED strip. But then it said, but if you do cut it, the other part is useless. And I was like, no, it's not. And I just put 2 strips, cut it, put 2 strips on and soldered them on. So I was like, well, that was a lie. But I didn't want to use a dodgy power supply, so I bought a Meanwhile power supply. So I've got a 5 amp power supply supplying a tiny, like, probably 1 meter of LED strips. It's just a massive overkill. But it works. I couldn't find a smaller power supply that was not rubbish. So yeah, I could literally wire up like 10 strings of LEDs. Right, it's going off. Boom. Guy put out and is doing Sonic in Assembler. Weird. I didn't know he was doing it in Assembler. PC Engine has a good version, and even the Master System has a good version. What? Yeah, it's like the Amiga got done. And I'm pretty sure that comes down to, it's probably one of those things where it was like, it's got to come out now. I mean, it'd be like, okay, you've got 2 months to make it. And they made it. And then it was like, okay, we've got it as much as we can. It's not I say it's not the worst game in the world. It's definitely not the best. It's just not, you just don't want to play it. It's just like, that's the shame about it. Please enter the 5th number on page 3 of the manual. The 5th number? These numbers are unreadable though. It is 1, I assume it means from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it? No? Okay, that didn't work. What was wrong with that? The 5th number. Am I reading this wrong or something? Oh, I must. I'm sure I did that right. Maybe I didn't. Copy protection, eh? Maybe the copy protection doesn't work. Oh no. Right, where was I up to? I've got a sticker or a post-it note. NES version is pants, but people swear it's a classic. Die-hard SNES people. NES people. No, SNES version is good, but NES version, I don't know. I've never seen the NES version. Yet more elevator music. Really? According to the book I've received for Xmas, Lemmings came about because of Walker game. Did it? Oh, because it's got the little guys in it. It's got the little guys. By the way, I repaired my individual C64 Reloaded that blew up a couple of weeks ago. AliExpress ++. Yeah, what happened to it? You said it had no... Oh, I can't remember now. Did you say it had no power or something? What was wrong with it? When they invented the mouse, why didn't they just go infrared straight away instead of the ball? Is it because you... Why didn't they do that? Is it because you probably needed... I'm going to guess... You needed a microcontroller that would have required, at the time, required too much power or been too big at the time. Maybe? How about that? I'm going to go with that. Or perhaps nobody thought of it. Perhaps nobody thought of it. There you go. How about that? Perhaps nobody had the idea of doing that. Also, maybe they just didn't even know if the mouse was going to catch on at the time. Like, we'll just do the easiest thing ever. Walker was so good, never got past the second level, but loved it. They've got like there's these discs that came with this Amiga 1200. There's a pirate copy of Walker in there, but I don't want to put it in the drive in case it destroys it or has a virus on it. Because some of the discs are really bad. NES version was palmed off to some subsidiary of Capcom. Game ran at 30 FPS. And it was just pants in every way. It's like this. It's like the Amiga version. It's difficult to put your finger on why it's pants. I mean, the back, the not being able to scroll back at random points is just so frustrating. Just because you see an enemy coming towards you, you back off, and the character just won't move. There's that. It runs at 25 FPS is one thing, but it's just generally pants. Apart from the music. Thanks, Tim Follin. About the C64 Reloaded, I used a 19-volt power supply for a 12-volt device. And is that 19-volt power supply the power supply? It doesn't go through other power regulation inside. So you actually just stuck 19 volts through it. I bet that was exciting. It probably would have worked for a few seconds. Yeah, I'm quite worried about this. These LED lights that I've stuck under here, there's basically exposed 12 volts all the way under there. So if anything touches under there, I've got a 5 amp 12 volt power supply able to just zap anything. So there's like, I mean, obviously you wouldn't zap you as a human, but electronics are quite sensitive to that kind of thing. So I have to be really careful if I'm doing anything under here. They're not getting warm or anything, the LEDs. That's quite good. Is the power supply getting warm? No, because it's hardly doing anything. I'll accept your answer. I did consider that it was maybe just no one thought of it at the time. Yeah, it's possible. Also, even if you had thought of it, maybe it was just more expensive. So if you were having to put a mouse on the market that was like, 5 times more expensive, no one would buy it. So you might find a lot of those things maybe did exist, but because they were so expensive, nobody bought them. Or they just weren't in main production. It's better than the Amiga version. Nowhere near as good as the C64 version, though. The Lemmings will take it. Right, let's see if I can... let's see if this is the right code that I wrote down 6 months ago. Which it might not be. It says incorrect code. Have I written something down there wrong? LP. Oh, that might be a V. Hang on. Can't read my own writing. Ah. This could be it. Make or break. What do I click now? Do I click one player? Oh, it's on wild. Let's see what we're on. Price was important. Oh yeah, this is where we're up to. I'm just going to Google it now because I'm interested. Invention of the what is it called? Optical mouse. Let's just see. Oh, the AI is going to answer it for me. AI says 1980, but we don't trust it. I'm going to look at Wikipedia. The first two optical mice first demonstrated by two independent inventors in December 1980. Had different basic designs. One of these invented by Steve Kirsch, MIT, and Mouse Systems Corporation. That was a good name. Used an infrared LED and a 4-quadrant infrared sensor to detect grid lines with infrared absorbing ink on a special metallic surface. Yeah, you got to remember we didn't have like all these sensors and stuff that we've got now. Predictive algorithms in the CPU of the mouse calculate the speed and direction over the grid. The other type, invented by Richard F. Leon of Xerox, used a 16-pixel visible light image sensor. So 16 pixels. OMG. That's not very many pixels. With integrated motion detection on the same N-type 5 micrometer MOS integrated circuit chip. How much did they go into production or what? The Kirsch and Leon mouse had different types of behaviors, and the Kirsch mouse used an XY coordinate system and would not work correctly when the pad was rotated. So it has to have a grid that it sat on. The optical mouse ultimately sold with the Xerox Star office computer used an inverted sensor chip packaging approach patented by Lisa M. Williams and Robert S. Cherry of the Xerox Corporation. So the answer is they were around. I bet they were rubbish. I bet that's the problem. I bet they were just rubbish. So 1980. There you go. 1980 is the invention. Had to replace R100 fuse and a diode. Did the diode save you? Hot air's friendly for SMD. Your friend for SMD components. Yeah. Did the fuse and was it the fuse and the diode that saved your stuff? Or did they die anyway? Because sometimes they put a diode in that's specifically designed to blow when the voltage goes over a certain amount. Aren't there optical mice and optical mice? I seem to remember the Amiga ones needing special mouse mats. Yeah. I now own Ghosts and Couplings at AGA. If the Amiga mouse needed a special mouse to work, that answers a lot of questions about the horrible Amiga mouse in the day. Don't you fancy playing Xmas Lemmings? Could do, but it's actually the disc. I've got it on this disc here, but we've played it before though, so and there's only 5 levels, so we might as well continue with this. Continue getting my ass handed to me in this. So I'm only allowed to. Oh, what is going on here? I'm only allowed to destroy. Oh, I did have a go. I remember having a go at this last time, and the lemmings fall through these links in the thing. What's gonna happen? Oh, are they gonna get stuck in these as well? OMG, and I've got no blockers. Right, I know there's a lemming dead already, but I'm gonna have to. Oh, I'm gonna have to try and see what the hell I can do here. How am I going to do this? There's not another exit over here, is there? This is blooming mental. I noticed I've got one climber. Can the one climber... Oh, that's not a climber. What the hell? I've got 2 climbers, sorry. Oh, do you know what? That's probably what I actually wanted to do there. Is he going to fall through that? He does. He does. I knew it. I thought that was going to happen. So he can get to about there before he dies. He can't walk up, but he can walk down. So this is going to be the burner level. I'm not going to be able to do it on this. I think that'll be right. Yep. So one one guy digging across there. I was saying, how am I going to get these guys out of this hole? This is ridiculous. Still got to get them out of here, haven't I? I bet you they can walk up that. I can already say my brain isn't ready, so I'll let others help. My brain's not going to be ready for this. I think this is going to be a really hard level. With their little Santa hats. Well, they were in the short video. You got the short video, that's it. About C64 Reloaded, yes, both components, R100 and Diode, died, but saved the real MOS chips. Jens from Individual Computers did a good job when designing the board. Yeah, I bet you that diode is designed to blow. That's my guess. It's Mr. Jozza. Yeah, I bet you it's designed to blow. Maybe this is why I've got 6 bridges here, so I can get these lemmings out of this hole. I'm gonna have to get them out of that hole soon. What the hell do I do here? Is this where I've got to use the Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. It looks like you can fall down to there and hit. I don't know. I don't know. The time's pretty tight as well, actually. Oh, he's going to drop to his death. Yep. What the hell do you do here? Does it look to you like you can... Nope, you can't go this way. Sorry, I'm not quite on the mic, am I? Can't go this way. I think there... Any fall down here is death. I actually don't know how to do this at all. I have no idea. I think you can get... Oh, maybe you can't get over there. I was thinking I could go over, but you can't, because that's the top of the screen. OMG. I think this bit over here is all a big waste of time, isn't it? Look at this great goop down here. Oh, I'm running out of time. Damn. Try a little harder. What did you think I was doing? Wow, it's only 3 minutes. I probably should have... This is probably where, if you're going to build bridges here, you probably... this was probably not a good idea, what I've just done here. You probably should build them straight away. Nope, that was bad. Everything I'm doing there is bad. Maybe this digging across here was a bad idea. I really don't know what to do here. I've got one explode. Ah, wait a minute. If I dig across that and fall down there, I'm still dead on. I can save him with the umbrella. Let me start this level again. Let's work on this bit, because I don't know what's going on down here, but I need to solve this bit and then maybe we've got a chance. I think the other thing, going back to optimizing games, is the other thing about a game being optimized is if your game's good, nobody cares. Like if your game is the best game in the universe, right, and it's badly optimized, nobody cares. Nobody cares. They'll be like, this game's brilliant. This game could be badly optimized for all I know. But nobody cares. Maybe I've just got to get over here. Let's try that. Oh, I did that wrong. I think it's something like that there. I built with the wrong lemming there. Yeah, I didn't want to build that bridge. Oh! Whoops. Didn't know that could happen. Let's try this again. Whoops. Whoops. It's a bit of a insane level to go at, isn't it? A little bit insane. Right, this guy needs to build... There we go. Don't die. He died. How did I even do that the first time? Got to build it right there. Mental. I'm playing Skyrim on Switch 2. I'd call that unoptimized and crazy buggy. Good old Bethesda jank. But I'm still sink 100 hours into that game all over again. Yeah, that's the thing, is it? It's like that game's got a lot of bugs. And yeah, it probably could run faster. The other thing is, a lot of the time, because computers are always getting faster, that unoptimized game, you just wait around 10 years and suddenly it's optimized. Suddenly, it runs fast. Right, is this going to work? Oh, I'm building up. Oh, that's... Whoa, that's probably what I want to do there. I wasn't expecting that to work so well. Oh no! Oh my god, I just paused the game before I... Oh, just about made it. That's definitely what I want to be doing there. I just don't really know how I'm supposed to do this bit. I can get this guy to dig through here. And he'll fall. I can get him to fall with a brolly. He'll climb up there. He'll fall back down because there's a little lip on top. And then when he comes back this way, I can just build bridges up there. And maybe these guys can survive this fall. Maybe. I don't know. And I've got to do it all in the time limit. So... And he needs a brolly. This guy needs a brolly now. So, where should I start building? If I start building there, he needs to get as high up as possible. I've got 5 bridges. I'll just build from here. Is he going to fall down? Yes. And I wonder if I can start these guys going. They're going to die, aren't they? Oh, damn it. I think that's how you do it, but I've got to start building the bridge. Like, not a little bit further away. Surely they can make that. Where is Rocky? He's downstairs. He was in the room just before the stream started, and then he decided he wanted to stay downstairs. Build before he climbs. I don't know if that's... When you say build before he climbs, I don't think you won't be able to do that because he's facing the wrong way. You've got to let him climb to the top, fall down, and then you probably just got to like have him build as soon as possible. I don't know if that's just too much. If it's just too much. That's the thing to find out, isn't it? Is it too much? As he's dropped. Yeah, if he goes from there, maybe it'll work. That's what we need to find out. Let's forget this bit for now. Let's just let's just get the whole thing working. See if I can get this bit to work again. Yeah, like that. Ah, wrong lemming. God damn you. Oh no, whoops. I'm sending all the lemmings over. Whoops. This was not my intent. Oh, I didn't give him the brolly. Oh, hang on. There we go. He's the guy. Right, forget these guys are dying. I just need to find out if this is going to work. Hopefully they're not all going to... Whoa, that was like... I don't know this is going to work. I don't think he wouldn't build when he was down there. Makes me wonder if this thing's here for a reason. I don't know. Wait a minute. No. Rubbish. Oh, he could have built on the way back. Ah, oh, damn it. If he turned around there, I could have built on the way back. That might have been enough. Build the bridge as he goes right to the flagpole. Oh, you mean like build one up there like that? Yeah, the other way of doing it was when he turned back there, I could have built one up there like that. That would have been better actually because he'd have a bridge about there. I think that might be enough. Let's try it again. This level is bonkers. And I wonder if I don't have to waste... No, I'm alright for bridges. Let's get this guy to turn back. Oh, I might have got to build in the wrong place again. Oh no, I've done it again. That is bad. I've got to build just enough place to leave a little gap there. Everything I'm doing there is bad. Hey, look at that. I'm cutting off the top of the... Wait a minute. Can you... You can't dig through these, can you? He dug through the top of that. That's odd. I'm going to try it this way. Oh, well, that's different. It's weird that I'm allowed to sacrifice one lemming as well. Is he gonna... Oh, he hit his head. So I really don't want to build... Oh, unless of course we... Oh, I don't know. Oh, I did it wrong. Yeah, maybe... I don't know if I build up there though. If I build up there like that, I don't know what's going to be more... I suppose it's what's more reliable to do, because I can build up there, and if I can build a bridge to that, and then I have to build one up there, and then you go down here and you dig through this. I don't know if that's a more reliable way of doing it. Or if it requires some... It's what requires the least amount of precision bridge building, or precision timing. We'll try that way. We'll go grab Rocky in a bit and see if he's probably asleep though. So I've got to save one bridge. So maybe I just build here. Or I could have built further away. Maybe. Oh no, he's going in. So that's a bad idea. Although, oh no, I've got one more climber, but I've got no umbrella. Right, that was a bad idea. Let's not do that. I think I got it right the first time. Just build from down there. He hits his head, and then just build a bridge on the way up, and he'll build a bridge through that gap. I think that'll be enough. I think that'll be enough. Right, here we go. Miss that ledge? Yeah, I want to get here. That's what I want. I've got to save one bridge as well. Which I think is going to be just enough. So I've got to be like ready to go when he turns around. Oh, that was it. Blimey. Oh, is that going to be enough though? I don't think that is even going to be enough. I should have built like there. I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Oh, damn it. That's just about on the cusp of what they can fall though, isn't it? They will die. Thanks for the vote of confidence. They will die. Oh no. Exactly. So how am I going to do this different? If I build up to there, I think this thing of building up to that is suicide, because if he turns around, I'm done. I am done. I think I'd do it the way I was doing it. I think that was going to work. You need to build above the ledge. Do I? You sure they can't fall that far? You think? Yeah, I mean, if you built above there, I'm sure it'd be all right. But I'm going to try it. I mean, yeah, because if I build, there's only so many bridges I can use as well. I think maybe I can make it. I don't know. Right, this is the one. I think he's got to be building from here. Oh, jeez. That's bad. That's not going to work, is it? He turned around quicker than I thought. Damn it. That's exactly the same as before. Whoops. Yeah, it really is. It happens quite quick. He will go up to the pole. He will go up to the pole and then come back, then build again. He will go up to the pole to come back and then build. I don't even know what that means. I'm going to try this. I'm sure this is... Well, I'm not sure this will work. I think this might work, but I'm building it in the wrong place. Well, that might be bad, what I just did there. Oh, no! Well, let's build it anyway, see if it will work. Dead. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? Didn't I give somebody an umbrella? Where's my umbrella gone? Oh, maybe the umbrella guy died. Yeah. Oh, I thought I'd clicked on the climber though. I must have clicked on the wrong lemming. Oh no. I think build towards the flagpole, and then when he turns around at the flagpole, carry on building leftward. Yeah, maybe. Will that work? Let's have a look. So you think? Yeah, the trouble is I've got to have enough bridges to do this, you know. So you've got to have like one to go there. And you've got to reach that with like 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that enough? That's enough, isn't it? Well, try that then. But you've got to be pretty quick. It's saying I've got to be pretty quick here as well. So this probably would be easier. If I built there. Yeah, if he doesn't make that though, it's all for nothing. Everyone's dead. Even climber lemming. He turned around before, so I think he does. Yeah, I think he turns around when he's building, because that's what he did last time. Right, let's make sure I give him... Oh no, they've done it again. I've built the bridge exactly to the wrong place. Whoops. Oh well. Where do you want to build from? There? Wait a minute, where's... Oh, he's climbed, he's gone back. Damn it. Damn it, the umbrella guy turned back. Is that what happened last time? First party spawn, almost, yeah. Everybody's dead, Dave, I know, yeah. Yeah, you've got to build that bridge, that first bridge in a precision place. It's precision bridge building. Here. I don't think I'd be able to play this without the cursor keys. It's a thing I need. Right, we're going to go from here. I was trying to think of a correct response, but let me think. This is 40 years of computers abroad. This is the only computer we could afford that had any RAM in that we could actually afford. Oh no! I blew it! Oh, that's not going to work. That isn't going to work. I'm not sure if this is a red herring like it thinks that you're supposed to go on it, because I'd have to build... Unless you can fit one bridge from there to there. If you can, you'd have to build 2 bridges here. This is getting even harder now. As soon as he drops, build up. Oh, you mean from here? As soon as he drops from where? And as soon as... You mean from here, at the bottom? I haven't got enough bridges to do that, though. I won't have enough bridges. I've only got 9 bridges, you know. Have you taken that into account? If I had 1,000,000 bridges, I would do that. If you built... You could build 2 bridges. I know what you mean. You're saying build 2 bridges from there to there? Is it 1, 2? I mean, 2 bridges might get to there, then it's 3, and then 4. I can only use 4, so maybe that's okay. Yeah, maybe you're right. Like 1. Does 2 bridges get to there? That's a bit tight, though. I don't think that's going to make it. I don't think you can build it from there. Well, we'll have to try it. We'll try it your way. But it's more precision building, I'm afraid. It would have been nice if the other way worked, because it was easier to do. Like, you've got markers on where you build. Like this start bit, I know where to build the bridges now. Like, I build one here. And I build one here. Oh, that didn't work though. Too early. It's literally got to be right there. He'll climb up to turn around. Yeah, unless he turns around without climbing up, and then I'm screwed. That's the... Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I suppose I've got to let him do that, haven't I? But he didn't do that last time. He finished the last thing in exactly the wrong place. So that was a problem. That was the problem. I think he finished the last brick In just about the wrong... Oh no. Either way, this is really hard. Because you've got... If you build from there, if the bridges don't... If the bridges make it exactly, he'll do it right. If they don't make it exactly, I'm in trouble. It might be one of these ones that even if you know what to do, it's just really hard to pull it off. No, they've gone across again. God damn them. Oh, this is going to be hard with all these. Oh, it's gonna make it really hard. These guys are gonna get in the way. He should die. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. You want me to build right? All right, I'm gonna do. Oh, this is gonna go wrong because there's two lemmings here now. Couldn't do it. It clicked the wrong one. How about starting to build at the join between the paving to the left of where you tried to start last time? By the M of time. By the M of time. Oh, that'll be depending where the screen is though. Don't know. I've got to get this first. This bridge here is actually harder than I thought. Yeah, it's actually, I don't know how I did it right so many times. It's actually really hard. Because if I build it too far, he makes the gap. If I build it too early, he hits his head. But if I let them go across, they just get in the way and I can't do the other bit properly. Even if I'm just trying to practice it, I can't practice it because there's lemmings in the way. God damn you. Yeah, I've got to build it there. That might be right, I don't know. Oh, I suppose I could use the... I probably should be using that digger, shouldn't I? That's what I need the digger for. There you go, that'll make that more reliable. I've got this spare digger. That'll make that easier. So... there you go, you reckon I build there? Well, we'll see how this goes. Oh, is he not? He's not going to make it there though, is he? That's wrong. Or is it? Oh, wait a minute, I've got 3 bridges. No, that's not going to do it. There's too many bridges, I'm afraid. You've probably got to build from there. Because I need one more bridge. That's the unfortunate part. I need the last bridge for here. The other way of doing it is don't build that bridge there and just let them flail around in here, but then when you come to the end, you've got to hope you click the right lemming. That's going to be the problem. Then you're just leaving it to random chance at the end. Maybe I should have voted for Indiana Jones. Oh, and the other thing is, I suppose I don't... No. That's the only thing, because I have to waste a bridge there as well. But yeah, if I don't build the bridge there, it becomes random chance at the end. So I don't like doing that. I'd like to do it without the random chance, because then you're waiting all the way to the end of the level just to randomly click a lemming and hope that it works. So I'm going to try on this. I'm going to try building from here. But that might be too far away. We'll see. I knew that this was hard. I remember when we left it last time. It was a hard one. Oh, wait a minute. See, even now, I've just got two lemmings in the same place at the same time. That's going to be wrong, isn't it? I think that's going to make it to the end. Oh, wait a minute, I can do this. There we go. Whoa, that's what that's for. Give him his brolly while he's here. Yeah, so you could do that with one less bridge, but you have to... You're just never going to know if you're going to get the lemming right at the end. So I'm going to build there, I think. Is he going to make it to the end? If he doesn't... Oh, it was perfect. Let me get these... Oh, hang on a minute. I'm gonna make a mess of this. Oh, but I needed that guy. Oh no, I've got an exploder. Whew, that's alright. Oh, whoops. Just accidentally clicked the bridge that I needed. Damn it. I thought I was on exploder and accidentally clicked bridge. Oh well. I've blown it. Yeah, the problem was that I used that. Because I've used that guy, I've got to use an exploder now to get through that, which should be fine actually, because once they're all there, unless he explodes exactly there, that'll be the problem. Anyway, that's how to do it. I know where to build now. But yeah, if I can do that bridge without using that guy, it'll make the last bit a bit more reliable as well. Yeah, it's because there's a lot going on at the end. I was like, wait a minute. I can't get through these. No, I can. And then I was going to have him explode early. But that's... Oh, yeah, and you know what? If you use the exploder there, that's quite bad, because if he ends up exploding there, you've created the same problem you were trying to avoid. So it's all bad. It's all bad. So really, I just want to get this bit... That might... That might be alright there. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? Because as long as I've got a lemming, I can click on that bit. Like every English national team ever. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how well this is going to go at the end though, because I'm still might be clicking the random lemming. This could be random lemming time. Whoa, where are they? That's too many lemmings. Here we go. Is he going to do it? Who knows? This guy might die, but that's alright. Yeah, he's going to die, I'm afraid. Is he going to do it? He's going to dig down and not get through. I didn't think of this. Oh, it's worked. I thought for a minute there he wasn't going to dig through the bridge. He's just dug the top of it off. OMG. Except for the cyclists. The cyclists know their stuff. Yeah. The rowers are good. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Finally. Yeah. That was difficult. I need a pen to write my code down. Let me get a pen and I'll check on the dog. Because I never want to play that level ever again. Maybe one day, but I don't know. Right now I'm like that level. I suppose that's the thing. Once you know how to do the level though, it does get a lot easier. But even then, knowing how to do that level, if I came back to that in like 6 months, it'd still take me quite a few attempts, I think, because you've got to do so many precision clicks in the right place to get that to work. Even at the end, I was like, wait, no, I've got the. I think maybe they did want you to use that exploder like as a backup plan. It's good to have like a backup plan, but sometimes the levels are easier when they don't give you much stuff because you know exactly where you've got to use the things. It's when they give you like a couple of extra things, you're like, can I use this one or not? Time to hit the like button for beating that level. For the algorithm. The algorithm does not care about me, I'm afraid. The algorithm cares so little because they've got monetization turned off. So they're like, oh, we're not going to make any money out of this, so let's not bother telling anyone about it. But it's stupid having adverts in the middle of live streams. It doesn't make any sense. Right, let me. I'll check on the dog, and I'll get a pen and I'll write down my code. I've run out of space. Finally, run out of space on my crappy-sized post-it note. The dog is snoring away. The dog is snoring away on the sofa. He's oblivious to the Lemmings action. What's going on here? I already clicked like. I unlike, then like again. Don't you make a handmade version of that level for his background? Yeah. What am I on? Wild. This will be Wild 12, won't it? Wild 12. Isn't that a beauty of an Amiga 1200 in the top of the screen? Yeah. I honestly can't tell. Mind you, I had it on 480p. Did you? Well, you got to save that RAM. 480p optimized. Remember? I like my Amigas. I can see it now. I think it is more yellow than it looks. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I think the picture on the thumbnail is actually this Amiga, and if you look at the thumbnail, it's pretty white, but it's actually a bit more yellow now. But this was retrobrated in 2021, I think. I've got a sticker underneath it. I'm not going to lift it up now, but underneath it, I wrote the year that I retrobrated it on. Even the caps in this are 4 years old now. The recaps are 4 years old. Hopefully they'll last a lot longer than the original Commodore crap that they put on. Wish I'd kept my expanded A600. Missed that machine. Yeah, the 600's good. Amiga was such a Rolls Royce once upon a time. It would have been 38 years ago, almost a day. I can't mind. Blimey. Oh, well, yeah. Cause did you get it for Christmas? I only have one Amiga 500 and two A1200s. The A1200, to be honest, I really like the A1200. It's I never had one of these back in the day, but this is the one I want to use now. I've got the A500 that I've got. I've only used it a few times. Is that a Q or that's a Q, isn't it? I'm going to write this code down. QTF. Rocky dreaming of infinite treats and cozy beds. That's what he really has got, an infinite supply of treats. Oh, he's jacked up on painkillers now. he's now going to be a painkiller addict for the rest of his life. He's got like weird joints in his. He's got like a weird joint in his front. Like he went to the vet with him. He had like a swollen paw, so they gave him some antibiotics and it cured that. But they noticed he's got like a. I've noticed it as well. He's got like a weird joint in his front leg where he stands at like a funny angle. And she said, oh, yeah, I think he's in pain, and he's probably been in pain for quite a while, but he doesn't really moan about it much. So they had him on painkillers while he had the sore paw, but they just kept him on painkillers. So he's going to be jacked up on painkillers for the rest of his life because he's too old for surgery or anything like that. He's an addict. Chasing bunny rabbits. I don't think he chases bunny rabbits, maybe. Friend of mine put him in the she's got guinea pigs and she put him in the pen with the guinea pigs when she was looking after him, and he didn't try and eat them or anything. So, and the guinea pigs didn't mind because they're quite tame. They were like, ooh, what's this, another animal? So they all got along. The LED strip follows the head of Dave. What does that mean? The LED strip. Oh yeah, it does. That is odd. Yeah, like that. I didn't notice that until you said it. That's just the way it's happened, I'm afraid. That is just the way it's happened. Have given up trying to retrobrite stuff. I think the last one I did was that Amiga 500 and I messed it up, and I haven't done one since. And I'm kind of afraid to do it now because sometimes the yellow isn't as bad as the making it worse. Although I don't regret doing the keys on this. I said that last time. The keys were abysmal on this. But doing those keys in the bag with the liquid peroxide I think it's pretty safe to do that. You're not going to get anything horrible going on. Christmas 86, but it was actually 87. If it was an Amiga 500, it must have been 87 because it wasn't out in 86, I think. Unless you got an Amiga 1000. Last present I opened because I knew what it was. I could tell through the paper. It was definitely an Amiga. It was definitely 87 then. Because I don't think they boxed an Amiga 1000 for you, did they? Unless they had a couple of grand to spare. They didn't put the games under the tree, so I didn't open any games first, but I still knew it was coming. Was late to the Amiga, got an A500 handed down to me in 1991. I was probably pretty late as well. I got my first Amiga 500. I had to buy it myself in second hand from a second hand shop. I don't know what year it was. It might have been 90 or something. I'm not sure. 91, 90, don't know. There was definitely quite a long time when I knew about the Amiga, but couldn't afford one. So probably didn't get one till 90, I think. I noticed the LED lights haloing day last time. Well, that's what you get. I was pretty smug gamer until the Mega Drive came out. Yep. Yeah, the Mega Drive was pretty good. I think my friend had a Mega Drive though, and I did like it, but I was kind of like, but it's not a computer. It does what it does better than the Amiga, but the Amiga does. The Amiga's more of a. It was still like the Amiga was still like a jack of all trades. It's like the Mega Drive could just play games, which I saw as a bit of a minus point. So I still preferred the Amiga, but the Mega Drive was really good. I do remember getting Bart versus the Space Mutants for Xmas 3 times. None of the family checked who was buying what. Oh my word. It was an A500. It was 87. I thought it was 86 once upon a time. Yeah, it must have been. I think it was it like June 87 the Amiga 500 came out? I don't know what the exact month. Shall we ask Wikipedia? Shall we ask Amiga 500? But it couldn't have been before 87. It just says released in Europe, May 1987. And it came out in April in the Netherlands. Oh, October in the UK. So UK didn't get it till October. See, I wonder what serial number you had. I bet it was one of the early ones. You didn't have one of the ones with the mechanical keyboard, did you? Maybe they only came out in America. They were like the first 50,000 had the mechanical keyboard, maybe. I was very smug. Oh, I've read that one. I saw the A500 in 1989. I was sold. Yeah, I must have seen it. I remember seeing Blood Money, and I was very impressed with Wait a minute. The intro to Blood Money. What year is that? I've got it up here. Because I remember seeing not this box, but this game in the shop. And this was one of the things is like, oh my God, because the intro for this game was like, OMG, the Amiga can do that. And I definitely didn't have one at the time. Is this 1990? What does it say? Oh, it says 1989 on the discs. But I know these discs have been wrong before. Yeah, so it says copyright 89. I'm not sure if it came out till 90. But I definitely didn't have an Amiga, and when I went into the computer store, I was like, "Can you put the Blood Money intro on? Because it's really good," and it was really good. But yeah, I couldn't afford one, so I was just. It was funny because it was like the Amiga was the thing you wanted because it was like really good. But in the end, what you had at home was the Commodore 64. What I had at home was the Commodore 64, which was like kind of an inferior product at that point. But then when you went out to look at to play games, you were playing arcade games which were better than the Amiga. So it was weird. So you had this like choice of games that were like either worse than the Amiga or much better than the Amiga. But actually what you wanted was the one in the middle. It's a really odd situation. I could see the Mega Drive was better, but I confronted myself by saying the Amiga audio was better. When the Super NES came out, that was when I didn't have anything to respond with. Yeah, the SNES was really good. When I saw Final Fight versus Amiga version, yep. As an Atari ST kid, seeing Pinball Dreams on my neighbour's A500 blew me away. Lusted over that for a year until I got my own. I got an A600 when it came out, moved up from a Spectrum Plus 2, massive leap. That is a massive leap. That is a huge leap. It's like coming from the dark ages, isn't it? Those who saw the Amiga in 89 and were sold, likely saw it running Shadow of the Beast. That game sold that system. Actually, no, because I remember them running Shadow of the Beast in the shop as well. And I saw it and I thought, well, that looks good. And I played it. I was like, that's rubbish. And I never really gave it another look. I was like, that's rubbish. That game is really rubbish. And I maybe thought, I just didn't look at it again after that. But Blood Money, I remember playing that thinking, this is a good game. But yeah, Shadow of the Beast was just rubbish. But I know they used to put it on a bit just because they wanted to show off the system. But yeah, it wasn't great. It's got good music though. Pinball Dreams, yeah, I didn't see it as a kid, only much later as an adult. Blew me away. The Amiga could do that. Yeah. I don't think I gave the pinball games much of a look in either, because I preferred playing real pinball. They got some pinballs down the road, and real pinball just there was no substitute for it. There still isn't, I think. I had the Commodore Plus 4 before the Amiga. I wanted the Commodore 64. I got the Amiga, couldn't believe it. To be fair, if you had a Plus 4, if you upgraded to either the Commodore 64 or the Amiga, either would have been pretty awesome, really, but there you go. But if you got the Amiga, that's fair enough. You cut out the middleman. I bought the A500 with my brother, couldn't afford it on my own. Yeah, I remember the guy he had a ZX Spectrum, and we all wanted Amigas, and we used to hang around and play arcade games and stuff, and he saved his money for ages. He was old enough to get a job because he was working in Tesco. I don't think he could even work in Tesco till he was 16, so I don't think I was allowed to do it. I had a paper round, so you'd get like 10 quid a month, 10 quid a week, so you got no chance of buying an Amiga. But yeah, he pushed trolleys at Tesco for what felt like so long, but in the end, he did get his Amiga 500, and that was it. I'm very jealous. I'm not sure if he also had to sell his Spectrum to do it, but in the meantime, he's saving for this Amiga, but he's also every now and again he'd still buy a Spectrum game because that's the computer he had at home. So he's like, bored, I want to play a game. Yeah, not a good game. Yeah, not a good game. I thought it was just me. I just thought that, I mean, I didn't know much about games at the time, but I just thought this is boring and rubbish, and never gave it another look. And then all the reviews I've seen later on were like, yeah, this game's rubbish. I was like, okay, it wasn't just me that thought this was rubbish then. I'm sure a lot of people bought it just for the graphics though. Shadow of the Beast 2 did it for me. It might have done wonders to sell the system though. I don't know if Shadow of the Beast was one of the games that got the Amiga 500 to become popular, because everyone was just getting crappy ST ports, but that game wasn't. So Shadow of the Beast might have done a lot for the Amiga, but just not a very good game, unfortunately. I now own 3 Amiga 500s and a 500 Plus. I love the Amiga platform. That's why we're here. That is why we're here. Any way you can get her right. Just hard working for it. Yeah, that's what you did. I used to love the magazines with cover discs. I was always looking forward to seeing what demos and shareware games would come with each issue, especially the Christmas specials. Yeah, the intro was awesome. The Blood Money intro was awesome. When I go in the shop, I'd ask them to put it on. Oh no, it's a snow level. Oh well, it is Christmas. I did actually get quite good at Shadow of the Beast and eventually finished it. When you get into it and get good at it, it does kind of grow on you. Yeah, and you got the t-shirt. Have you got the t-shirt? Shadow of the Beast is one of those games that everybody seemed to have, but I don't remember anyone buying it. I didn't buy it. I just looked at it like, nah, rubbish. I used to ask them to put the, and I think that is 1990, I used to ask them to put the R-Type, just load up R-Type, because I just thought the intro music was really good. Because I'd come from, if you've been you'd spent the last like 10 years probably listening to either 8-bit music on, I think I had an Atari 8-bit, or Commodore 64 music, which was all pretty good. But compared that to the Amiga, it was just in a different world. It was like, this thing's got actual like snare drums for the drums that sound like snare drums, not like a weird synthesis noise. I just thought it was really good. But I went on YouTube and looked at, like, there's a R-Type intro music for the Amiga, and there's a video of it, and everyone in the comments is saying, this music's brilliant, I love it, this is brilliant. So there you go. It wasn't just me that thought that was brilliant, and it wasn't just me that thought Shadow of the Beast was rubbish. Deluxe Paint King Tut was the wow factor. Oh yeah, that was good as well. The 4096 colours. Just games in general though look good because it only had slightly more colours than the Commodore 64, but you could get more of them on the screen because of all the stuff you could do, and you could pick your colour palette, which is so, you know, each game that you saw might look a bit different, whereas the Commodore 64, every game is using the same colour palette. So that's why it just looked a bit more varied. You could boot a different game up and it would have a different look to it. Whereas that didn't really happen on the Commodore 64. My mate finished it on Atari ST. Rubbish port, by the way. I finished it on the Amiga. My mate would come and finish it on the Amiga on mine as well. We bought Beast 2 for the T-shirt. My mum nicked the T-shirt. Damn. God damn. Well, that T-shirt would probably be rotten by now if you still got it. Cover discs were so good back then. The Settlers, Sensible Soccer, Cannon Fodder. Spent endless hours playing the demos until I got the games. Yeah. I didn't even want Beast 2, but my mother wanted the T-shirt, really. That is weird. Miss games having little Xmas versions. Lemmings, Fire and Ice, and Cannon Soccer. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Beast on the ST was horrendous. First time I saw it, burst out laughing. My mate got really offended. It's like Marnie Go. 9812. Good evening. Right. It's Snow Joke. It's Snow. Oh, this already looks bad news. Oh, it's got a trap. Oh no, look at this nonsense. Oh no. Oh no. More Lemmings. Well, we've got to get across here. They have given me a few blockers, so maybe I should use them. I wish someone would just take Lemmings, Oh No More Lemmings, and just hack the old Lemmings music into it. Is he going to die there? No. No death. No death for you. How is this? Oh no, look. Probably got to go up there, have I? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. That is not what I wanted to do. How am I going to get this guy to turn around now? That did it. I was meant to do bridge there and I hit the wrong thing. Might have already blown this level, but we'll see. Shadow of the Beast 2, Brian May. What is your favourite Amiga demo? Yeah, my favourite Amiga demo. I could put it on afterwards. It's the only one I remember is the Rebels Mega demo, and it's not really a very memorable demo. It's just I don't remember having that many demos, and I think I've got an ADF of it on here. The only one I remember is Rebels Mega demo. I just remember it like it was probably like maybe one of the first demos that I saw. And it just looked awesome because it was doing things that the Commodore 64 couldn't do. If you look at it now, it just looks kind of basic, but it was actually, I just thought, that's pretty good. Oh my word. If the lemming falls down here, I suppose I could accept some deaths in that. Will it die from that steam there? I might have to find out. Yes. Whoops. So I'm gonna have to probably build up there, and then go through there, and then go up there. Oh, bums. This one isn't going to be easy either. Oh, switch cams. Sorry. Sorry. Can you make the lemming screen the main one? No. Can't see it. No, you can't. Yes, you can. I meant to do that. Totally meant to do that. Change the screen, we can't see it. No. No, that didn't happen. No, none of that happened. I'll delete your comments. I can't actually remove your comments. I had so many public domain discs. Pink Floyd, The Wall demo is one stuck in my mind. 6 discs only seem to work properly on the A500. I think a lot of it only works properly on the A500. I don't even know if Rebel's Mega Demo works on the 1200 actually. It probably doesn't. It's Bites and Beers. It's Bites and Beers. You come to watch me play on the wrong screen, which I do every now and again. Every now and again. Now you can see the level. I'll show you the level again. It's this monstrosity. I've got a thing that you can only go through one way there. I've got this thing, this trap here. This is the bit you didn't see before. The lemming died in this steamy pit. And I was saying I've probably got to go up here and across there. That's what I think I'm going to do. Probably. Wow, The Wall on Amiga. Oh, The Wall on Amiga. A very bleak demo as you expect from the subject matter. A classic album. I may seek out this Amiga demo if I can locate it. My mum would have loved it. She was a big Pink Floyd fan. I've never really been a Pink Floyd fan. What was it actually? Did it have like Pink Floyd music in it, or was it just nothing to do with Pink Floyd? Was it just the name of the group? If you try it, even launches on 1200 runs out of sync and breaks. Classic 1200. Right, what I learned was, don't let the lemming fall down there. It's bad. Oh, do you know what? What also is bad? The time limit. Oh, this isn't going to work. What am I doing here? I'm building up to nowhere. Maybe I should have started a little bit lower. This is not good. What am I going to do when he hits this? Perhaps I should have done something else. No, that's rubbish. See, I've only got 3 bridges. Oh, that's not good, what I just did there either. Oh, he's alright. He can get through that. This is not gonna work. None of what I'm doing here is gonna work. Ah, maybe it would have worked. I was saying that even if he gets through there, he's going to hit that. This is really hard. Oh, he's dead. Well, I'm about to run out of time as well. God damn. I have to leave. Bye until the next stream. Goodbye. You're probably already gone, but goodbye. The Real Moss 6502. Pretty sure the video on YouTube by Zeusax has the whole demo uploaded as an easy 40-minute watch. Jeez. Zeusax. Maybe that would be best. Maybe that would be best. This level... my voice is going. This level might even be harder than the other one. I can get across there. I can get over this. I can get over that. I get to here. This bit is the weird bit. I can't drop down there because death. I could build a bridge over and drop down and then try and get up this way. Oh, I suppose I could send the lemming over that can climb and then dig back through there. Something like that needs to happen. Something. Somebody's got to go over and... Oh, I should have sent 2 over maybe. Because I've got to get one guy to dig backwards. This is all bad. Let's just see if I can get through this bit up here though. Because I don't think this is going to work, but... Let's just do one bit at a time. One little bit at a time. So maybe one bridge to get over the steam. See if that works. And then I've still got to get, if I'm going to dig through here, I've still got to get up to there. Maybe I build up from here. As soon as he drops down, build up from there. He survived the steam. This was probably a rubbish idea. I probably should have built from there. Oh, that's made it worse. It's just made it worse. Oh no. 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 I don't know if that was a good idea what I did there. I could build up like 1, 2, 3 and then dig across there. I don't know. Let's go watch them all die. This is quite hard. Did find a channel called Like Rod. You click the left mouse button for the A500 version or the right mouse button for the A2000 version. Very swish. What? That looks good. Newer video than the one I found. Looks to me like they're running it on RetroArch with the bezel. May explain the image quality. Just watched a bit and it breaks on the 1200 and it's definitely set up properly in that vid. Might watch it myself. Well, there you go. 6 discs. Bonkers. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have let another guy through. I need 2 guys to go through here. Because I need another one to dig across that. Unless I can dig underneath this thing. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, whoa. Oh, and it didn't make him a climber. Whoops. Fireworks like New Year's Eve, but with lemmings. Yep. Sorry, lemmings. Right. Got distracted. Yeah. Dragon's Lair came on 8 discs, if I remember correctly, and lasted 15 minutes. I think it was... That's the game that's on more discs when it's pirated, though, isn't it? Because they compressed it. And that was the one that... Was that the one that no one was able to copy for quite a while? Let's just keep doing it this way for now. Let's just keep going. Less than 2 minutes per disc. I suppose you could dig underneath this thing, could you? Do you reckon you could dig underneath it? Let's try it. This is going to end in death. I did as a kid, I would have sworn it came on 6 discs. Yeah, I think they had a drive that was like sped up. Oh, that's... He survived for quite a way there. That's not good. I wonder if I could dig... No, if you could dig all the way through there, then you wouldn't have to do anything. That's not going to work. That nearly worked. Yeah, they used a drive that was physically spinning faster to write more onto the disc or something. So no one could copy it, and when they did copy it, it had to come on more discs. Eventually they copied it. Are there any channels or websites that go through Amiga copy protection? It would be interesting to read how some worked or how they were broken. Yeah, I watched there was a video about it. That's how I know about the Dragon's Lair thing. Is it? Who's got the video about it? It was Ahoy who spoke about Dragon's Lair copy protection. I think he talked about more in the same episode, a kind of general copy protection video. Was it Ahoy? Maybe. Yeah, is that the video? Is that the video with the Monkey Island picture on the as the thumbnail? Where it's got the Monkey Island wheel. Is that where I saw it? I don't know, because I'm sure it covered the fact that there was 6. That the drive was sped up. Oh, it's not his video. I don't think it is his video. It's... I can't remember. I can't remember who did it. But yeah, there's definitely one about the about Dragon's Lair. Although that was another game I remember putting on in the computer store, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. And then I played it, and I was like, wow, that's terrible, and never went back to it. I never saw an arcade of it either, so I never got to play the actual arcade game, which I think was apparently pretty good, wasn't it? Right, I wonder if I should try that again. No, that's not just not going to work, is it? That thing I was doing there. That is just not going to work. Maybe I do have to go over the top. Goddamn. What's next? So what do I do when I get to this bit? Maybe I should build from here? I've only got 5 bridges though. I don't think building from the top of that's any good. Could do 1, 2, 3. Try that. I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think this is going to work. Nope, that is not going to work. What do I do now? That has been... Is he going to climb up there though? Oh, he can't get up that. God damn it. I mean, I can do this. Hey, I'm gonna get a lemming in the exit. However, this is a total disaster because I've only got 20 seconds left. I don't know if that's the way to do this. I've only got 20 seconds left and I'd still have to get one guy across here somehow. Whoops, lost a few lemmings there. Might have been able to get them to turn around there. I don't know, maybe that is the way to do it. I don't know. Rob Smith Dev has a video on floppy copy protection. Arcade Dragon's Lair was good looking, but gameplay was shallow. It was just a case of learning which direction you had to hit in avoidance. Yeah, the gameplay was weird. I prefer the later releases where you could just let the playing game play itself. Back then, good looking was all you really needed. I mean, are you going to play Pac-Man for the 1000th time, or are you going to play Space Age game with a cartoon that looks like a cartoon using Laserdisc? I think I'd prefer to play Pac-Man than Dragon's Lair. We soon learned. Yeah. Once you'd learned it, it was a good way to play it to gather an admiring crowd at an amusement arcade. No one ever learned it. Missed out on Dragon's Lair, but definitely saw Space Ace. Oh yeah, it wasn't Dragon's Lair I'm thinking of. It was Space Ace. Yeah, it wasn't that. It was Space Ace I'm thinking of. Was the one that had the copy protection, maybe? What is the name of that video? I'm going to find it. I'm sure there's a video about it. It's not. There's one here about. There's one modern vintage game that's got one about code wheels. Is it that? And have fun. It might be that one. Oh, he's playing the RPGs that I was playing. Yeah, is it that one? Yeah, he's got Pool Radiance. That's one of the games I played. Code Wheels, no. It might be a video from Modern Vintage Gamer. He's got one about Code Wheels, but that's not the video. Dungeon Master Clever Floppy Disk Anti-Piracy. Yeah, Rob Smith Dev's got one. Yeah, so it's Rob Smith Dev and Modern Vintage Gamer. He's got one about the Daytel Action Replay. So those are the two. Rob Smith Dev and Modern Vintage Gamer. Oh, and Dan Wood's got one as well. Crazy. Been racking my brain. There's another English YouTuber who talks about retro games, but his name is completely left my mind. Recently did a video about a haunted computer. Modern Vintage Games is another one. Yes, I've seen Modern Vintage Gamer's video about Robocop 3 dongle. That was interesting. There you go. There you go. Actually got a lemming in that time. I bought Robocop 3 with the dongle after watching MVG. Do you remember? I remember in the computer store there was on the Commodore 64, I think it was the game, was it Ace of Aces, and that had the lens lock. Oh my god, I remember in the shop him showing us the lens lock going, this thing's rubbish, no one can ever do it. Like, 1 second, I'm just gonna grab this drink. 1 second. Yeah, it was the lens lock. That was the worst copy protection ever. Here he is, look. I brought the dog. Oh! Whoa! What are you doing, dog? Here he is. Oh, you can't see him for the microphone. Does he look like he's jacked up on painkillers? He looks fine. You look fine. There you go. You can't see the dog cam from there. Where's the dog cam? There he is. there he is. There you go, dog cam. It looks funny that he's actually on the camera for once. Afraid I just gave away the ending. Nostalgia nerd. Ah, okay. It was going to be an actual haunted computer. Well, I bought a grease weasel to see if I could copy protected games, and it worked. Wasn't there a horror movie about a haunted computer? There was Demon Seed. If you haven't seen Demon Seed, that's definitely worth watching. That is a weird film. Yes, it's Rocky. That wouldn't surprise me. I had the film Young Guns on home recorded video and recorded it and recorded whatever was on after. And it's a film about an arcade game that sucked you into its world. And if you died in real life. What's that Tom Hanks movie where it's not Dungeons and Dragons, it's called Caves and Mazes or something? I can't remember. There's a film like that where he goes a bit crazy. I'm sure there have been one or two haunted computer films. Right, Rocky, let's turn the Rocky cam off. Let's go back to the game. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this level tonight because we might have to stop and do the Rebels Mega Demo. But this is tricky, this level. I think I'm doing it right though. Well, maybe. Hi, Rocky. Yep, he's going back to sleep now. In a different room. Tell you what, the time limit's not great on this level either. It's not an impressive time limit. Because even with like this level, it takes a minute to get from one end to the other, doesn't it? So this gets me a bit. I just wonder if the way I'm doing it here is right. Going up there and then up there. Maybe. And I've still got to get over this bit. It's difficult. Oh. Probably could have done a better job of that. Sounds like Tron. Oh, is that going to be alright? Yeah. Tell you what, if this level's going to work, if these guys got to go now, I think they've got to go now. Let's make a climber. This is absolutely nuts what I'm doing here. Everything, oh my god, what has happened over here? Everything I'm doing here is bad. Oh, I lost a lot of lemmings there. That might be alright though. Oh, jeez. 37 seconds is not enough. Oh, are they still coming out as well? Oh no, I didn't realise that was happening. Damn it. Oh, that's it, they're all out now anyway. That's not enough time. I think that's the way to do the level, though. Oh, unless they don't make it up that little gap there. They don't. Damn it. God damn, I've got to like... Yeah, probably just... Oh! I was going to say, he made it up, but he's a climber, isn't he? Probably could have built a bridge there. I don't think there was enough time anyway. Seems to be quite a few 70s, 80s horror movies that I need to watch. Computers to be super haunted. It might have predated Tron, but it was very early in 80s appearance. I remember it clearly. What is this? Are you talking about, like, I don't know what you're talking about. If you play Lemmings on 1200, does it slow down less when the Lemmings all pop? Yes, it slows down less when the Lemmings all pop. It is better on the 1200, yeah. Better. But the original Lemmings doesn't... does it? It works, but you have to turn the cache off. I think that's the only thing. I think you just have to turn the cache off, but Oh No More Lemmings just works. The 500 slows down a lot more than we're seeing here. Yeah, but I suppose at that point, it doesn't really matter that much, does it? It's like, it doesn't affect the game. But yeah, you get a lot more stuff going on. She'll have one more go at this, but that was nearly it. I think this is the way to do it. I think this is the way. This is the way. Unless I killed too many lemmings. Maybe I did. Oh, that's probably not good. I'm having to concentrate quite a lot because it's really hard. So I've only got 5 bridges. I wonder if that's enough. It's going to be 4 after this one. It's got 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's enough. And there's only a minute left, so I might have to set them off now. Hang on. I might have to set these guys off. Oh no, that's blown it, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh no, it has blown it because that was my last bridge. Damn it. That might have been alright. Was that enough time for them to get there though? He would have built his bridge up there, dig across there. That probably is enough time. Do you want to see them all pop? Does it still slow down a bit? Actually, maybe slightly, but not much. So we're playing not 500 here. I would have been able to tell what Amiga it was just by looking at Once Upon a Time, but not anymore. You can tell this is basically, the 1200 is basically the same as the 500, but a little bit shorter this way. The keyboard's identical size. But yeah, there's no shelf on the top. I usually play 1200. I do now, yeah. It didn't really slow down. I don't know if it slowed down. It might have slowed down a little bit. Yeah, A500 would have crawled to a halt there. Would have crawled to a halt. I think I can do this, but it's pretty tricky. So I might as well get this guy to turn around and do the bridge here. I think. Time limit could be my undoing on this one. Uh-oh. Oh, it's all right. Rocky's snoring. You probably can't hear him, but he's definitely snoring. He has had a big walk today. Right, when am I going to release the other lemmings? As soon as I've started building this first bridge, maybe? Or maybe after I've got the next bit going. The A500 was larger at the back. Yeah, it's the same. It's exactly the same size keyboard, but the back sticks out quite a bit further. I wonder if the ST would be slightly faster than the 500 in Lemmings Exploding. Probably. Yeah, it probably would be faster. It's 68,000 is clocked slightly higher. Yeah, I think it's like 1 megahertz higher. So it probably would be actually. I don't know if Lemmings was Lemmings pretty much identical on the ST except for the sound. Amiga 500 only has 2 activity LEDs. Oh yeah, that's right, because it doesn't have a built-in hard drive. Well, you can't really see it from here, but yeah, there's an extra LED down there. It's slightly faster. My mate Nick Lemmings from the ST from Meadow Hall. Can't remember, it ran a bit faster when they all popped. The ST version was similar to the Amiga. Yep. Yep. Right, now we blow this guy up. I'm pausing the game to try and save as much time as possible so I'm not wasting any time. Right, this need to not screw this up. Right, I think that's alright. Oh, I wonder if this is gonna be... Right, this is gonna be hit or miss now. Oh no, I've messed it up. Oh no. This is not good. Oh no, he's gonna dig. Oh no, I dig too low. Damn it. Absolutely damn it. I could have put a blocker there, but it's not going to help me because... Damn it. You've got to dig low, but not too low. Wonder if it had the Shadow the Beast, Menace, etc. levels. Probably. Or were they Amiga exclusive? No, I think Menace was on everything. Wasn't it? Shadow the Beast was on everything. What were the other ones? It had Awesome. Was that an Amiga exclusive? Can't remember now. Was the biggest in the UK? Oh, what's that? What was the biggest in the UK? Meadow Hall. There's an enormous shopping centre in Sheffield. Oh. I believe it did at least have the Beast level on the ST. Not sure about the rest. Right, well, we'll do this next time, but I've nearly got it. I've nearly got it. Shall I have one more go at it? I'll have one more go at it, and then if not, we'll leave it till next time. But I've nearly cracked it. I think I've nearly cracked it. I don't think the time limit's the problem anymore. Because I'm spending a bit of extra time doing this. I think you might be able to send another climber over to do it, but I don't know. Yeah, definitely missed the music. The Lemmings music. The copyright music. Oh no! Right. I'm messing it up. Right, we'll do this next time. I'm losing. I'm not concentrating. I was waiting for the bridge and I realised I've got to do a dig in there. That's messed that up. Right, I'll do that next time. So I'll have to try and remember what to do. Down here, over there, over this way. It's this bit that's tricky. I think you've got to build a perfect line there. So that's definitely for next. But I think the 80%, I don't know, why is it 80%? Maybe they want you to send an extra one over to get it done quicker. Maybe that's the only reason for having like 80%, because you might want to lose some if you sent two over at once. It might be against the law, but I do like the Lemmings version of that song. Well, it's not against the law. I just think the other Lemmings music's better. Let's see if... I don't think Rebel's Mega Demo works on the 1200, does it? But I've got it on this computer. I've got an ADF of it anyway. Don't think it works. Let's put my post-it note on there. Let's unwrite protect this. Don't do many Amiga demos, really, do I? Oh, it's got Holiday Lemmings on it. It's because I wrote that to do the little video I did. But it's going to get wiped. This disc is quite reliable. I keep wiping over it to put other stuff on it. I've got Rebel's Mega Demo. There it is. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. That's what it's doing, in case you're interested. Just to confirm, the Atari ST version of the Beast Levels music is atrociously bad, just as bad as you're imagining. Well, the ST was never great on the sound department, was it? It just basically, did it have just the Atari 8-bits chip in it? That was it. I think there's a patched WHD version that works, but not sure on the original release. Right, let's watch this not load. Let's just give it the basic load and see if it does anything. The ST had the same AY chip as the 128K Spectrum. So is that not the same as the Atari 8-bit? The Atari 8-bit had... Was it Pokey that did the sound in the Atari 8-bit? Hey, look at that. Let's try it without the cache. Didn't I did a video where I was testing the power draw of the Amigas, wasn't I? And I used this demo. Was it because this was the one that worked on the 1200 or not? I can't remember now. Hey, what's going on, Amiga? Boot. Oh, it did boot. Oh, damn it. I think I was waiting for this Dell monitor to turn on. The 8-bit systems often beat ST's audio. It was horrible. NES, C64, even the Master System in FM mode beat with ease. Yeah. Let's try this. Let's just go for the cache to start with. But then it had that MIDI port. It totally did. So did... What was the Amiga that had the MIDI port? Oh, look at this. Is this going to load? It's lost. Hey, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know why I just remembered this demo. Maybe this was the only one I ever had. But it's really weird because my memories of it are that it just looked amazing. Like even this screen here, it's just like all the colours and like all that kind of stuff. Yes, this is the bit I remember because it had like a digitized image in it. It's like, wow, a digitized image. I mean, it's really stupid, the demo, but there's quite a lot of frames in that as well, isn't there? Webbles. Not sure I've ever seen this one. I remember Red Sector, Budbrain had a few others, but Rebels eludes me. Yeah, this is the only one I actually remember. I remember the Swedish flag done with the copper bars as well, so I remember the woman's head. But yeah, this just looked amazing at the time as well. Because yeah, that top row there with the woman's head, just Commodore 64 just wasn't able to do anything like that. It's funny because like nowadays it doesn't look very colourful or anything, but at the time I remember this being like very colourful. And the music being really good. But then later on you get back to it with the Amiga, the Commodore 64, and you're like, no, actually the Commodore 64 was really good as well. It was just different good. Let's see what I think. You press the mouse button, it goes to the next bit. Maybe this is why I did use this for the power supply testing on the Amiga when I did the video, because it does work on the 1200. Wow, 3D scrolling. Was it the CD TV that had MIDI? I think it was. Hey, look at that. Wireframe cube. Fun or what? Yeah, even that thing with like the reflections at the bottom, which is just a copper bar thing, isn't it? But it all seemed really fancy, and the fact that you could do the copper bars and you could get like a gradient, I think that was the thing that made it look good. Is like that Rebels, it's got like a gradient of blue and then like this gradient of brown, and that's just something you couldn't do on the Commodore 64 because it didn't have that range of colours. You couldn't. This has got like 16 blue colours in it, but you just couldn't do that on the Commodore 64. Weirdly, the Atari 8-bit could do that because that had more colours. But if you ended up with a palette like that, the whole screen would be blue. But the Atari 8-bit could do it, which is weirdly because it was designed by the guy who designed the Amiga. But yeah, the Atari 8-bit could do it, but the Commodore 64 couldn't. I'm always comparing it to Commodore 64 because not only that was the computer I had before, but it was really Commodore's predecessor, wasn't it? Even though it wasn't made by the same people. It was Commodore's predecessor to this computer. But weirdly, it was more Atari's. It's more of an Atari computer than a Commodore computer. Wasn't there a CD MIDI format? I don't know. Right, what else have we got? I think, is this whole thing gonna work? Or is it gonna break at some point? Smiley? Yeah, even that with the 4 bars of colours, that's just like... That's something that you couldn't do anything like that on the Commodore 64. Because you just didn't have enough colours. And you maybe, like I said, maybe you could do it on the Atari 8-bit. A seed. So this is just a load of demos stuck together, isn't it, basically? Not particularly fancy, but still pretty good. Press space to return to well. This sounds like the Beast music a bit. Sounds like they ripped off the sample. Bob demo. Is that the Batman sample? Was that the Joker from Batman as well? Yeah, so these bits don't ring any bells, but the Swedish flag did for some reason. I don't know why I remember that one. Is this what was it loading? It didn't say. Decrunching made in Sweden. Is this the one? Yeah, this was it. I don't know why I remember this. It was like, oh, that's weird. It's the Swedish flag, and it starts doing that, and I was like, whoa! And then it's got some weird stuff going on there. So yeah, not amazing, but still. But at the time, relatively, if you'd spent the last 10 years looking at 8-bit computers, everything here seemed mesmerizing. Pretty good. I know how much further along the Amiga was to everything else in its price range. Yeah. Compared to the demos I had in the ST, this goes places. Yeah. I mean, most of it's been pretty basic-ish stuff, though, hasn't it? It's just a bunch of copper bar tricks and a few scrolly text. The 3D thing was all right. Actually, that one's quite good because that one is using the copper to change the... I think that's all being done by the copper, isn't it? Because you could change the copper couldn't just, well, it could change on each line, but you could wait. Was it 8 pixels? 8 or 4 low-res pixels. You could change what it was doing again, so that's how quickly it could respond. So I think there's probably 4 low-res pixels in between those lines, which is just how quickly you can, that's the quickest the copper could do. So it could change every line, but also, yeah, every 4 low-res pixels. Which means you could do that. So that's entirely the copper doing that. It's quite impressive. So yeah, I suppose the ST would have trouble doing this. It'd have trouble doing that. Reminds me of an effect on Mega Drive game. Someone used to make a pirate ship look like it was rocking back and forth in the ocean. Oh yeah, Pugsy. suppose this is all just copper bars. Copper bars for the win. Look at that. And I suppose the thing is there, even though maybe it was only a 32 colour machine, you're getting more than 32 colours because it's the copper's changing them all. Whereas again with the Commodore 64, even though you could do similar tricks where you could change the colours, you know, as you went down the screen, you still only had 16 colours to pick from. Which on PAL, a lot of them look the same. Can't remember what else is in this demo. I'm quite shocked this actually works apart from the cache thing. It actually works. Huh. Were these samples ripped off from the Ghostbusters game, maybe? I was a sucker for samples. Yeah, that's another thing the ST wasn't going to be great at, really, I suppose. I mean, you could do it, but the problem was you couldn't do this on the screen and do that at the same time a lot of the time because it was sucking up too much CPU power. Apparently, I watched a video the other day and it said the ST was designed and completed in 6 months. I mean, it kind of shows, doesn't it? Really, it's like it's a half decent computer, but it's, I suppose what it is quite basic. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just like just make me a 68. It's almost like a reference computer. It's like, here's a 68,000 computer, and there isn't actually that much. Yeah, there's not much special about it, is there? Not to put the ST down too much, but for that to be designed in 6 months is quite impressive. And you can see why the Amiga just took longer, because all the designs in all these custom chips and all this weird stuff it can do. But yeah, the ST's just very basic. It would have done well if they just stuck a really fast 68,000 in it, and maybe the O2O was even out at the time, but it would have been too expensive. But yeah, if they just slapped a really fast CPU in it, it might have been an Amiga beta, because you could just do stuff on the CPU instead. Brute force winning the day. But it probably would have been too expensive and no one would have bought it. I definitely could have used the scaling hardware, but I don't really remember taking advantage, say, for adding a FMV intro. Oh yeah, we're talking about, I think I've missed a few comments about the Mega Drive. Character came from the Amiga demo, Pugs in Space, yeah. And it was actually on the 32X. The bloke there took over Atari. He knew Amiga was coming, so he got something that could compete with that as quick as possible. Oh yeah, Jack Trammell. Or Trammell. Is it Jack Trammell? It's spelled differently, but it's Jack Trammell. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Because he basically the guy brought the Commodore 64 out and then goes to Atari and ends up making the ST. Meanwhile, all the Atari engineers have left and gone to make the Amiga. It's just sort of weird. It's like a weird industry. But it makes sense that he would make the Atari, because the Commodore 64 was basically it was designed to be a cheap computer. It wasn't total bargain bucket, but it was designed to be cheap. And that's what he did at Atari. It's just like, let's get the bargain bucket computer out. And it was 100 quid cheaper than the Amiga, so that's the thing I'd going for it. But I think eventually they became the same price, and I think eventually there was no point buying an ST at that point. If you play Jack Attack for the Commodore Plus 4, it's Jack Trammell. He goes red and explodes, even looks like Jack Trammell. Well, that was good. A bit of Ghostbusters. I haven't put this demo on for ages. I only noticed it the other day when I was writing the Lemmings disc. It's like, oh, this thing's there. Oh, this is it. It's the last one. Which is just some weird text scroller thing. Where the text goes back into the bucket and comes round. It looks nice, but it's quite unreadable most of the time. Okay, the credits. It's just really hard to read. But yeah, this is the only demo I remember. I did have a few on the Commodore 64 though. I used to send off for demos. I probably played more demos on the 64 from disc. I remember one that did loads of bobs. There was one that did loads of bobs. What else was there? I'm having trouble remembering them though. Yeah, I don't know. But I definitely had a few on the Commodore 64. Well, there we go. That's the Rebels Mega Demo. And it works on the 1200 almost, if you take the cache off. Almost. Once you press nothing. That's it, that's the end of the demo. Floppy disk lights constantly on, they just left the floppy disk light on. Well, I think we're going to call it a day there. Rocky's looking at me like he wants something. Come here. Come here, dog. He's just looking at me. Rocky, do you want to listen to Space Debris before the stream ends? Is that what you want? Let's do it with my left hand. I don't know what he thinks of all this stuff, like this Amiga and stuff. Like, what is he actually thinking about this? Like, what are you doing? He's like, what are you doing? Can I get to Space Debris from here? Yep. Well, let's put Elysium on actually, because it's just right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right, that's going to be the end of the stream then, I think. Here's the dog. He wants to get down, right? He doesn't like sitting on my knee. What are you doing, dog? Do you want some more painkillers? What are you doing? Oh, there you go. He's down here now. You can't see him. Oh, maybe you can. He's on the other camera. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to stream again next. It'll probably be in a few weeks. It'll be next... Maybe it'll be... Yeah, next year, probably. I take once more pills. It's been on him for a few weeks. But yeah, I don't know how much pain he's in. He's got like a... But it doesn't hurt when he touches his leg though, so... He's probably alright. But yeah, he's too old for any surgery or anything like that. Too old for surgery, Rocky. Oh, he's trying to leave. He would try and jump on the floor though, that's the crazy bit. Where are you going? Oh, he's going. He's leaving. Oh, he's on the dog cam. You on the dog cam? What are you doing? What are you doing, Rocky? He's just standing there like an idiot. Poor old lad. Yep. He's old now though, he's 14. He's an old man. Oh, an old man. So yeah, that was good. I only got through one level of Lemmings though, and nearly did that all. That's probably the worst Lemmings performance I've had, but they are getting quite hard, some of these levels. And I am messing about a lot. Doing a lot of messing around. Gonna finish that game by 2029, I reckon. Getting on in doggy years. Little dogs tend to go a bit longer. Yeah, they do. So as long as you stay on your legs, Rocky, you'll be alright. He has no idea what I'm talking about. No idea. It won't be long before I take multiple streams per level. That could happen. Did I do a Lemmings where it was like one stream was just one level? He wants something. He probably wants a treat. I don't think he wants to go downstairs. We'll go downstairs in a minute when the stream's over, alright? Yeah, what do you want? I don't know what he's doing, he's just standing there. He's just standing there. Yeah, he usually goes and stands at the top of the stairs if he wants to go downstairs. But yeah, that's it. So, when will I stream next? Let's have a look at the calendar. Don't know. It might be... Oh, it might be the 10th. I'll be back at work then. I'll be back at work. So yeah. What's he doing? What's Rookie doing? Oh, he's just lying. Look, he's got the bed, but he just lies on the floor. That's the way it goes sometimes. That's the way it goes. But yeah, maybe we'll go back to Indiana Jones next time. I don't know, but it'll probably be in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, is everyone going to get trashed on New Year? Got some booze and I've got dog pills to take. Booze and dog painkillers. Good lord, that'd be a terrible New Year. Wake up in a week going, what happened? You don't drink. Well, you don't have to. I think I'm going to the pub. I think we booked a room at the pub. We'll be singing New Year on Animal Crossing. That sounds like fun, actually. Although I've not played Animal Crossing. Avoiding parties. I want to finish that. I've been playing that Evil West, which I'd never even heard of before. I just started playing it. It's quite good. I'm quite enjoying it, actually. It's an Unreal Engine game. Yeah, it's basically... The way to describe it is it's a bit like Gears of War, except it's mostly it's got much better combat. It's not just shooting and there's no what do you call it? There's no cover. It's not cover shooting. It's got loads of melee combat and stuff like that. Loads of different weapons. But it's set in the Wild West and it's got vampires and monsters. So imagine, I think they even made a Gears of War reference at one point. The character made a Gears of War reference because there's one bit that was very much like it. But yeah, it's vampires and monsters set in the Wild West, and the game plays a bit like Gears of War, I would say. But yeah, but more focused on melee combat and stuff and all gadgets. Even though it's set in like 1800s, he's got like loads of weird electricity gauntlets and things like that. It's quite good. I'm quite enjoying it, and the story's quite good. I quite like it. So that's what I've been playing. And yeah, I suppose the name Evil West is kind of a take on Evil Dead, but it's West. Steampunk Wild West Vampire Monster game. That is pretty much it, actually. Yep, that is it. That is it. It's a Steampunk Wild West Vampire Monster game. Yes. It's a little bit like Gears of War. If you like Gears of War, you'll like that. That's what I would say. I don't know how much it costs to buy. It's on Game Pass, so I've not paid for it. It's part of the package, I suppose. I'm not sure if Epic gave that game away a few days ago. Oh, if they did, well, I'm enjoying it. I'm quite into it. It's also quite hard in places as well. You do lots of little battles, but you get these like little boss battles in these little areas that you've got to do, and they're actually quite hard. Like, you can get absolutely murdered if you don't do them correctly, which I quite like. It's more like a game of old. Blood West. Yeah, it's not Blood West, it's Evil West. I think it's quite new. I think it's a very new game. Is it? Well, it says save 75% on Evil West on Steam. What price does that put it at? Well, it's only £11.24 on Steam at the moment instead of 45 quid. Well worth £11.24. But yeah, it's got quite a good story. I quite like the story actually. So far anyway. I don't know how far I'm into it, like 3-4 hours into it. But yeah, it's got a really good story. Just a lot of vampire hunting basically, but not an insane story, but it's got quite a good world, if you know what I mean. It's more of the fact it's got like, you know, it's just this company who's got the name of the guy. It's him, his dad runs the company, and he's like one of the main people who goes out killing vampires or whatever. And they're just a company that's kind of employed by the government to stop these monsters, so they're like kind of like actively researching all the little steampunky gadgets, and he's going out and trying to find out where they're coming from. It's kind of a little vampire war. And it says it's multiplayer as well, but I haven't really looked at that. It's Lintford Pickle evening. 75% off Steam, yes. Yes, it is cheap on Steam. So that's my recommendation. So far, it's been good. But then well, to be fair, it has to be good because when you're playing on Game Pass, the game is kind of free, if you know what I mean. So if it's rubbish, you don't feel any obligation to carry on with it. So if you're keeping playing it, it usually means it's a good sign. Because the one I had to stop was Keeper. I was playing Keeper and I just got so bored with it. And I really tried. I was like, I'm going to try and... This game's going to get good. And I just didn't. I just got bored with it. And I got really far into the game. I was like, nope, I've had enough now. But this one, I'm quite into it. Quite interested to see where the story goes. I spent enough on the Steam sales for 1 December. It's still on sale in January. Might have a look. It'll probably still be on sale in January. I have Ghosts and Goblins AGA. Is that a thing? Is that like a homebrew? Is that a homebrew game? Oh. Ghosts and Goblins AGA. Well, who knew? Probably me. You probably told me last time. Right, Elysium is looping, so it's been looping for 9 minutes. Right then, I will see you people in 2026. That is insane. Still using Amiga in 2026. Insane. That's when I'll see you. And until then, have a good 2020, the rest of 2025. And the beginning of 2026. And yeah, right. I will see you all next year.